Hey guys, it's Ben here. I'm just going to go through a few things I talked about at the last seminar I did down in Moston Art Gallery at the end of May. And a big focus of that evening was to talk about sleep. And more I've noticed amongst clients, athletes, people in general, is that not many of us get good quality sleep. And in terms of respiration, creating energy, fat loss, quality of life, and stress levels, if we are not getting good quality sleep, we are weighing into the wind. And the problem here is that we don't get the correct balance of hormones, okay? We don't have the strategies in place to help us sleep. So the problem is that we end up with terrible sleep and we can't do anything about it. And we enter into a vicious cycle where we get poor sleep, poor stress response. So we get worse sleep, so we get worse deal with stress, and it's like a little, it's a vicious cycle which really does not help us in terms of everyday life. So, first of all, I want to talk about the hormones that get produced during sleep, okay? These hormones being produced during sleep are the key to making you, A, enjoy life more, being balanced, and also getting fat loss, looking at producing a lot more energy, okay, having a lot more vitality. So growth hormone, the anti-aging hormone, okay, this is a massive one in terms of just growing from your exercise and your training regime. If you are not getting good sleep or deep sleep in the first 2 hours, you're going to get a major lack of production in growth hormone, okay? And the antichrist of growth hormone is insulin, okay? So it's insulin. Really important that if you go to bed, okay, you haven't had a sugary meal within 2 or 3 hours. Okay, this is really important for growth hormone. Because if insulin is high, growth hormone production will be low, okay? There is a problem here though, because sugar and insulin, okay, well obviously carbs can help you sleep, you get a carb coma. But, you know, it's far more effective to try and pursue sleep another way, rather than just having to give yourself a, what I just said there, the carb coma effect. So within the first 2 hours, that's when we get our biggest wave of growth hormone. We also produce testosterone in the same sort of times, okay? If we are getting great sleep, testosterone and growth hormone production will be at the maximal and you'll feel great for it as well, okay? So that to help get good levels of testosterone production as we sleep, we need vitamin C, okay? And we also need cholesterol. Okay, people are often misled with the whole cholesterol myth. I think it's the cholesterol, the saturated fat con is a good book to read on this one. And cholesterol is actually the precursor, okay, for making testosterone, okay? So saturated fat helps produce good cholesterol. Good cholesterol then helps us produce testosterone, okay? If we have high cortisol, okay, this is also the antichrist of testosterone. So when we've got high stress levels on sleep, we don't produce as much testosterone. And testosterone is, again, like a fat burning hormone. It's very effective it's a very anabolic hormone for creating muscle growth, okay? And we wanted to be trying to get into that REM3 sleep, the deep sleep, okay? Also, testosterone has a very, very close link with heart attacks, okay? Those are people who don't have a lot of vitamin C in their diet, okay? When heart attacks are most likely to happen is between 5 and 7 in the morning. And this is when testosterone can be at its lowest as well, okay? If we're getting good levels of melatonin, which is our sleep hormone, it rises in the evening, we'll get good sleep, okay? The way to help produce melatonin is something called serotonin. The happy hormone, chocolate is a great one for producing this, but we can't be going binging on chocolate because of the insulin. So what I suggest is something called tryptophan. Tryptophan you can find in Phil Richards' Amino Relax. You can buy it in Holland & Barrett. It's just 5-HTP. It's produced in the gut, okay, and then tryptophan helps produce serotonin. Serotonin helps produce melatonin, and melatonin is a sleepy hormone, so we want to be doing that. And if we're getting deep sleep also, we're getting some good levels of SHBG, okay? And that is what clears up the fat stores, guys. It also clears up the hormones, the sex hormones we don't use, which get stored as triglycerides if we don't use them up. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we get good sleep? So functional strategies I like to use. First of all, lighting, okay? Getting your lighting nice and low in the evening, okay? Dimming your lights in your house, getting some dimmers fitted or turning lights off, which is going to save energy anyway, okay? When we turn down blue light in the light cascade, what happens is it helps us produce our melatonin, because blue light, high levels of blue light, also not actually blue light, it's just from the actual sort of colour spectrum from lighting. It actually turns off melatonin production, because it tricks the body into thinking it's still daytime, okay? So what we're trying to do is wind down. Lighting's a great one, okay? So as we take down the lighting, our cortisol levels go down, and LED TVs and LCD screens, they should be turned off well before bed. You shouldn't be looking at your iPhones before bed, guys. First of all, if someone texts you something, a shitty message like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, your cortisol's going to go up. Cortisol goes up, melatonin comes down, so we don't sleep as well. Adaptogenic herbs are pretty handy as well. Holy basil, tulsi tea. You've got ashwagandha rhodiola, if you can buy them from any sort of herbal store. Reishi mushroom, I've been using this. I think it's a great supplement to take with. I take that with Phil's Fountain of Youth formula, which is now nitric oxide formula. That's a great combination. Valerian root teas as well. They're pretty handy. These adaptogenic herbs help the adrenal glands cope with stress. Bring your stress levels down, you sleep better. Okay, and carbohydrates as well. What you're trying to do is I'm telling people, like, over here I've told you not to have carbs because of growth hormone, and over here I'm telling you to have carbs as a functional strategy for sleep. But the thing is though, you're trying to offset which more effective for you. Carbohydrate like a banana with some tryptophan before bed will help you sleep, okay? Because the carbs will produce insulin, and as insulin goes up, cortisol comes down. So if you're highly stressed, carbs before bed aren't that bad an option. I'd personally go with something like coconut oil or half a banana, and what these do is help you sleep by bringing that stress level down, okay? Supplements, I do believe in orthomolecular nutrition, which is not food. I'm not giving you pills, like I'm not giving you sleeping tablets. And the problem with sleeping tablets is that they actually suppress things to make you sleep. Whereas something like Amino Relax, which is tryptophan and zinc, okay, they actually promote melatonin, so then you sleep better. So instead of suppressing something to help you sleep, you actually actively promote something, or you make it work. You make yourself produce more melatonin or make more hormones to help you sleep. Magnesium blocks adrenaline. Okay, so if you have magnesium before bed, it actually helps you block the adrenaline that's been released through the body, and it helps bring you down. Okay, because again, what you're trying to do is improve that circadian rhythm. Okay, in the evening you're going to be doing everything in your power to just calm yourself down. Okay, don't be watching horror movies. That's what I know. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but again, things that stress you out in the evening are not good for sleep. Okay, arguments and stuff like that. Yeah, obviously, it's easy for me to say, sat here in front of the computer. Fountain of Youth formula, which is now called nitric oxide, produced by Phil Richards. I promote that supplement because it's a fantastic. It helps with growth hormone production, and it gets you sleeping. It's got arginine in there, which is brilliant for vasodilation in the brain, and it just gets some great sleep from that. I'm really, really happy with my results from that, and since I was taking that as well, I found that I leaned up quite a bit, so I was getting real good sleep. I wasn't getting long sleep, about 5 hours, but I was getting some real deep quality sleep. Okay, and all these things, the big hitters you'll find in these supplements is tryptophan, rhodiola, magnesium, okay, cholesterol metabolism as well. You get that from chromium, which is also an iodine forte, and I think it's Amino Relax, and that helps stabilise blood sugar as well. So obviously stabilising blood sugar is going to help with that insulin response. Calcium, again, is magnesium sort of channel blocker. Okay, it's very, very effective for helping. You should always take magnesium and calcium, to be honest. Zinc as well, and zinc is a mega one for helping testosterone production. So by getting good sleep, we get a better control of hormones, we get a better circadian rhythm, so our actual natural stress pattern throughout the day is far more natural. Okay, obviously we get up, we feel good, and we go to bed and we feel tired. Okay, you shouldn't be wired, and you can either stressed and wired or stressed and tired. You shouldn't be either of them. You should be, working with the day, with the light. Okay, this time of year you don't need as much sleep if you've got more vitamin D. Okay, so the strategies in place will help you get that natural rhythm back, and you'll feel so much better if you do this. If there's any questions about anything I've talked about in this video, it's been a whistle-stop tour, give me a question in the comment box below, and I'll endeavour to answer it as soon as I can. Cheers, guys. I hope that was helpful.